Well, welcome back, everyone, and good morning on this beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much for joining again. Overall, temperatures are on the nice side as you're heading out the door, getting your day started. A lot different than what we saw yesterday morning. Yesterday, we actually saw one of the lowest temperatures since all the way back in May, which was 43 degrees at the airport. So luckily, not that chilly this morning, but temperatures are going to be on the rebound as we head into this afternoon. I'm Weather Impact Team meteorologist Jaden Knowles, and once again, thank you so much for joining in. Let's take a look outside and see how things are looking so far. We're at 65 degrees early this morning here in downtown Denver. Here's what we're expecting this afternoon. The low 80s, a nice and warm day, 83 degrees, but we will still be tracking a chance for the possibility for an isolated shower, and we're talking about mainly towards the western slope and also the high country. But I can't rule out maybe a spotty shower here or there later on today. But looking at highs across the rest of the state, noticing the low to mid 80s and also the upper 80s in some spots over towards the eastern plains. Today in Greeley, you'll see 83 degrees, 82 up in Fort Collins, then also 60s and 70s in the high country, then also the upper 80s for the western slope. They have now canceled that air quality alert. That canceled at 9 a.m. this morning, and overall, it's because that dense smoke is finally exiting out of the state, continue to track towards the east from that high pressure system. And that's the good news there, because that wildfire smoke is now moving into parts of Kansas and Nebraska from the fires are actually burning in Canada right now. So that just shows you how dense and thick that smoke is for the reason for it to go across the entire state. Here's a live radar. We've been tracking some isolated showers all morning through parts of Lyman and continuing track towards the eastern plains. So far here in the metro area, we're nice and dry, but noticing up in the high country, you're getting a little bit of flurries at the higher elevations there, and also light showers. A very cold start, but for the most part, that's going to continue to taper off for the rest of the morning hours. So here's your Futurecast. Noticing the cloud coverage will continue to push towards the east, and we're going to see more sunshine this afternoon. But then by 2 p.m., we'll start to see an increase in cloud coverage just by a little bit, but still look at that, nice and dry. And just a reminder that the Broncos play today at 2:05. And we're still dry conditions by kickoff, so that's perfect. Now, we could start to see some spotty showers from 4 to 6 p.m. near Douglas and Elbert counties, and I can't rule out a spotty shower here in the metro area, but the better rain chances, if you notice, would be off towards the northwestern portions of the state and also towards the high country. You can see Steamboat Springs getting involved with that, Glenwood Springs as well, before finally clearing out this evening. So here's a closer look at it. 1:30, not much going on. We're still staying nice and dry, but then if I back this up just a little bit, you'll see those showers trying to form near Castle Rock around 4 p.m. and really lasting till about 6 p.m. this afternoon. Just north of Fort Morgan, you can see a couple of pop-up thunderstorms with some gusty winds and maybe 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder. But so far, these storms should remain below severe limits, and they shouldn't be anything to cancel your outdoor plans. These are going to be very fast moving and brief showers and brief downpours, I should say, but it should linger into the early parts of your Monday morning before finally clearing out just in time. It seems like my graphics has froze. Okay, here it is, finally coming back up. But if we take a look at tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see the upper 80s, lots of sunshine. The smoke will finally dissipate. It'll be a lot better than what we saw yesterday. And overall, warmer temperatures, and then we're going to continue that streak of the warm temperatures as we head into the rest of the week. But looking at Futurecast for the rest of your Monday afternoon, really similar to today as far as the rain coverage. We're not going to see as much in the morning hours. Clouds will start to increase by 1 p.m. and you can see a few spotty showers trying to make its way into the metro area really after 2 p.m. But you can see these are very light in nature, hit or miss showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder occasionally, but for the most part, staying nice and dry. Many of us will stay nice and dry for the rest of the day. Here's your game day forecast. It is finally here, the season opener of the NFL here in Broncos Nation, Broncos country. You can tell I'm getting used to being a Broncos fan. But overall, we're seeing the low 80s around kickoff and a lot of sunshine this afternoon as well. But as I mentioned, there's about a 20% chance for that isolated gusty storm. But mainly, all of us will stay dry today. So hopefully the Broncos can pull that off. Here's the rest of your 7-day forecast. We have a chance for isolated showers each and every day, but very similar to today. It will be isolated in nature, only about a 20% coverage for the rest of the week. Temperatures are going to finally start to warm back up thanks to that high pressure system that's going to be right over us. So that's the reason the upper 80s will make a return. 88 by Tuesday, 87 Wednesday and Thursday. Then we will be tracking another cold front as we head into Friday, dropping our temperatures on Saturday. I mean, look at that. The upper 70s will make a return in our forecast. But overall, I hope everyone has a terrific Sunday, and I just hope everyone enjoys this weather pattern that we're in. September, it's honestly like a weatherman's dream in September, because you're kind of going through that transition zone from different seasons, and overall we're not seeing any crazy severe weather or blizzards or anything in that nature. It's just 70s, 80s, lots of sunshine, maybe a shower here or there. So nice and comfortable temperatures. But overall, be kind to someone. You never know what someone is going through. You could be that light, and I hope you are that light. But have a happy Sunday. Go Broncos. And I hope your college team won. Mine did. Oklahoma won yesterday. That was an amazing win against Michigan, and I think this might be our year. I wish I was still playing so I can get a ring too, but I'll be there in spirit. Hope everyone has a good day once again. I'm Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Jaden Knowles, and thank you so much for joining in.